Most beginner traders don't blow their accounts because their strategy is bad. They don't lose because the market is rigged. They don't lose because they lack intelligence. They lose because they cannot stop. Overtrading is not a mistake. It is a behavior. And behaviors don't come from charts. They come from the mind. If you are new to trading, this will feel uncomfortably familiar. You open the charts with a plan, 1 or 2 good trades, in and out, simple. But the first trade wins, and something changes inside you. Your heart rate goes up. Your confidence inflates just a little. The market suddenly looks clearer. Every candle feels like it's speaking directly to you. You tell yourself, I'm in sync today. So you take another trade, then another. Not because your plan told you to, but because you feel like you should. That is where overtrading begins. Not with greed, with emotion. Beginners don't overtrade because they want more money. They overtrade because they want certainty. They want control. They want to feel productive. They want to feel like they're not missing out. Most beginner traders are terrified of one thing: doing nothing. Silence on the charts feels like wasted time. Flat markets feel like missed opportunities. Waiting feels like weakness. So they trade. They trade when the setup is unclear. They trade when the risk doesn't make sense. They trade when the market is choppy, slow, emotional, and they convince themselves it's experience. But it's not experience, it's noise. Overtrading is the mind trying to escape discomfort, because when you don't trade, you are forced to sit with uncertainty. And beginners hate uncertainty. They want action, they want movement, they want to feel like they're doing something right now. So they click buy, they click sell, again and again. And slowly, without realizing it, they stop trading the market and start trading their emotions. Here's the dark truth most beginners don't want to hear. The market does not reward activity, it rewards patience. But patience feels like death to an untrained mind. Beginners believe more trades equals more chances to win. Professionals know more trades usually means more mistakes. Overtrading turns trading into gambling. Not because the trader wants to gamble, but because the trader is addicted to stimulation. Think about this. When you first discovered trading, the charts were exciting. Every candle felt important. Every move felt meaningful. Your brain released dopamine just by watching price move. Now imagine doing that for hours. Your brain starts craving it. So when the market slows down, when there's no clean setup, your mind creates one. You start seeing patterns that aren't there. You start forcing entries. You start justifying bad trades. This looks like it might break. It already moved a lot, it has to pull back. I'll just take a small position. Those are not thoughts. Those are impulses. Overtrading is impulsive trading dressed up as logic, and beginners are the most vulnerable to it, because beginners don't trust waiting. They don't trust themselves yet, so they try to compensate with activity. More trades, more entries, more chances. But here's the cruel irony. The more you trade, the less control you have. Each extra trade increases emotional fatigue. Each loss hits harder. Each win makes you reckless. Soon, you're not trading setups. You're trading reactions. A small loss makes you angry, so you trade to get it back. A small win makes you confident, so you trade to push it further. Both paths lead to the same place, overtrading, and overtrading always ends the same way. Not with one big loss, but with many small, stupid ones. Losses that didn't need to happen. Trades you can't even explain afterward. Entries that make no sense when you look back. And that's when the shame kicks in. You look at your trade history and ask yourself, why did I even take this? But in the moment, it felt necessary. That's how addiction works. Overtrading is not about money. It's about emotional regulation. Trading gives beginners a sense of purpose, a sense of identity, a sense of control. So when they're bored, stressed, anxious, they trade, not because the market called them, but because their emotions did. This is why beginners often perform worse on days when they feel motivated, because motivation pushes action, and action without clarity is destruction. The market does not care how motivated you feel. It does not care how badly you want to succeed. It does not care how many hours you've watched charts. It only rewards discipline, and discipline means knowing when not to trade. But that's the hardest skill to learn, because not trading feels like failure to a beginner. You sit there watching price move without you, and your mind whispers, "You're missing money." But what you're really missing is a mistake. Professional traders understand something beginners don't. Most of the time, the best trade is no trade. Beginners see that as laziness. Professionals see it as survival. Overtrading destroys accounts slowly. It drains confidence, it increases stress, it creates emotional attachment to outcomes, and worst of all, it teaches bad habits. A beginner who overtrades is training their brain to react instead of wait, to chase instead of plan, to feel instead of think. That habit doesn't disappear with experience. It gets stronger. That's why many traders are experienced, but still unprofitable. They never cured overtrading. They just got better at justifying it. They add more indicators. They switch strategies. They change time frames. But the behavior stays the same. Click, click, click. Because deep down, they are afraid of stillness. Stillness forces self-awareness. And self-awareness is uncomfortable, so they trade. If you're a beginner listening to this, understand this clearly. The market is not your enemy. Your impulses are. Every unnecessary trade is a decision made to escape discomfort, and the market punishes that instantly or slowly, but always. You don't become profitable by trading more. You become profitable by trading less, but better. The goal is not to be active. The goal is to be precise. Every trade should feel slightly boring, slightly repetitive, emotionally neutral. If you feel excited, rushed, or desperate, you are already overtrading. The market rewards boredom. It punishes excitement, and that's why overtrading feels good in the moment and terrible in the long run, because it feeds the ego now and starves the account later. So the next time you feel the urge to trade without a clear reason, pause, ask yourself one question. Am I trading the market or my emotions? That single pause can save you months, sometimes years. Overtrading is not something you fix with a new strategy. You fix it by learning to sit with discomfort, by learning that doing nothing is also a decision, by understanding that patience is not passive, it is aggressive discipline. The market will always be there tomorrow. Your capital won't be if you keep overtrading, and the traders who survive long enough to succeed are not the ones who trade the most. They are the ones who know when to stop. And knowing when to stop is the skill that separates traders who survive from traders who disappear quietly. Because overtrading doesn't just drain your account, it rewires your mind. Every time you take a trade you didn't plan, your brain learns a dangerous lesson. Impulse is acceptable. Every time you click without patience, you train yourself to react faster next time, and soon you don't even notice it happening. You sit down to trade and your hand moves before your mind does. That's when trading becomes automatic. And not in a good way. Beginners think automation means mastery, but what they really automate is bad behavior. Overtrading turns the market into a slot machine, not because the market is random, but because your actions become random. You're no longer responding to clear conditions. You're responding to feelings. A small loss makes your chest tighten. A missed move makes your stomach drop. A slow market makes you restless. And instead of addressing those emotions, you trade them away. This is why overtrading feels necessary, because it gives relief. Relief from boredom, relief from fear, relief from self-doubt. But relief is temporary. Damage is permanent. After hours of overtrading, you don't just lose money, you lose clarity. Your judgment becomes cloudy. Your confidence becomes fragile. Your decision-making becomes emotional. And then comes the most dangerous phase, revenge trading. Not loud, not dramatic, quiet revenge. I'll just take one more trade. I need to end the day green. I can't stop like this. That's not logic. That's ego bleeding. Beginners don't realize this, but the market doesn't reset daily. Your mind does. And when your mind is exhausted, the market becomes hostile. Every candle feels aggressive. Every pullback feels personal. Every loss feels unfair. So you fight back. More trades, bigger size, less patience, and the account starts bleeding faster. Overtrading rarely causes one massive blow-up. It causes 1,000 small cuts, Each one ignored, each one justified, until one day you open your account and realize something terrifying. You didn't lose because you were unlucky. You lost because you were undisciplined. That realization hurts more than any loss, because you can't blame the market anymore. This is why many beginners quit silently, not because they hate trading, but because trading exposed parts of themselves they weren't ready to face. Impatience, insecurity, the need to be right, the fear of missing out. Overtrading amplifies all of it. The market acts like a mirror, and beginners don't like what they see. They see someone who cannot wait, someone who cannot stop, someone who confuses movement with progress. But here's the part no one tells you. Every disciplined trader you admire was once an overtrader. They didn't become patient naturally. They became patient through pain, through blown days, through ruined weeks, through staring at trade histories filled with regret. The difference is, they learned. They stopped glorifying activity. They stopped chasing excitement. They stopped trying to feel something from the market. They learned that trading is not supposed to be entertaining. It is supposed to be boring. Boring means controlled. Boring means selective. Boring means intentional. If you finish a trading day emotionally drained, you traded too much. If you feel relief when the market closes, you traded too much. If you're watching charts all day waiting for anything to happen, you're already losing. Because real trading doesn't consume your mind, it frees it. Beginners believe success comes from being glued to the screen. Professionals know success comes from walking away. They wait, they observe, they strike once or twice, and they stop. Not because they're scared, but because they're satisfied. They don't need the market to validate them. Overtrading is the need for validation disguised as ambition. So if you're listening to this and recognizing yourself, that's not weakness, that's awareness. And awareness is the first step out. The cure for overtrading is not stricter rules. It's emotional honesty, admitting why you're really clicking. Not because I saw a setup, but because you were bored, anxious, impatient, ego-driven. When you start telling yourself the truth, your behavior changes. Slowly, uncomfortably, but permanently. You begin to respect waiting. You begin to trust fewer trades. You begin to value preservation over excitement. And one day something strange happens. You stop feeling the urge to trade all the time. The market no longer controls your emotions. You control your participation. And that's when trading shifts, not into easy money, but into something sustainable. Because the market rewards those who can sit still, while everyone else self-destructs. And if you can master that one skill, stopping, you're already ahead of most beginners. Not by trading more, but by finally knowing when enough is enough.